So let's go ahead and get into this, my dude. It's gonna be going back to game number 1 on Polaris Rhapsody.
The most fun of maps. Oh, he's a Protoss.
No, we're so wrong about that map. I know it was sarcasm. I hate this map. It's so bad. Alright, it is time, Pete. The top left-hand corner, we have spawning as the purple Protoss. We have DumbInACan.
And in the bottom right, rounding out the 5 of 6 Protoss, or the 5th of 5. Ah, I messed that all up. It's the white Protoss, Oklahoma Mongol.
Wow! BossRoss. Wow, professional caster. Moving on up, buddy.
Yeah. Know it. I was just trying to say that we've had 5 Protosses.
It is true. There's been a heck of a lot of Protoss tonight. Been Protoss Night. This is our second PvP series. That's okay. Because, I mean, someone out there likes Protoss.
Certainly not us.
Yeah, it's definitely not me.
Hi, man, I'm a Terran. I dislike the Protoss heavily.
But let's go ahead and see how this goes now.
The best thing about Protoss versus Protoss, in my view, is that there's usually a lot of blue goo on the map, and I do enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, it is true. It is actually, well, yeah, it's kind of nice, you know, a whole bunch of Protoss units just dying. That is a great point. Homeboys hit me up, like, let's go. It's Friday.
Just says, let's go.
Dude. StarCraft time. You can't go out and
hey, for you, it's
get a bunch of drinks and chill with a bunch of... Why would I do that when I could play StarCraft? Like, come on.
I feel the same way. Oh, DumbInACan positioning for Nexus first.
Oh man, this is so ballsy.
As the scout comes in.
This is so ballsy, and the Zealots are already on the way here.
Oh yeah. I mean, throw down another gateway? Is that the response to this?
I don't even know. I mean, what do you do?
Like, you can't.
This is a standard time. Yeah, this is a standard time. Gateway here, so it's not like he's gonna have an infinite aggressive potential here. You know what I would actually like to see is maybe a forge go down here and like cannon started or something.
For
like,
DumbInACan?
No. Cannons for like so Oklahoma throws a forge in his main, starts a pylon by the natural.
Yeah, cannon rushes.
Yeah, exactly. And with the zealot coming across, it should arrive around the same amount of time, or around the same time as the other zealot comes out.
The zealot's not coming across though. It stopped at the ramp.
That's what I'm saying. That's my ideal response. I think another thing that you can do is maybe go for Dark Templar really fast.
Okay, yeah, because the tech is definitely going to be behind.
Yeah, the only issue is if they go for cannons, but that would be a weird decision because you're trying to maximize on your economic situation. I think with this, I don't know. I don't know, man.
We'll see if that's the route he goes. I mean, he's got the core started, 1 gate core. You know, we'll see what the next building he makes after that is.
Could also go for Corsairs and shoot down all the Overlords, Kappa.
Well, we haven't attempted some manor pylons. It didn't really work out the way you'd hope.
These are. I have another Nexus than you. Another Nexus and. Okay, now we get him canceled.
Deletes him. Good choice, good choice.
I'm like, I have so much money. Get out of my base.
Well, this Zealot finally putting on the first hits on the Nexus.
Yeah, but this is not
Doesn't
really
know if
pressure.
he wants to keep attacking that or go for the probes. Yeah, no, it's
We're
just
gonna
not
have 2
enough.
pop out
to
in just a second. You just need to micro your probes around for a little bit. Don't even fight. Just move. Just run them. Just mineral walk them places. You don't need to lose any probes here.
But
only
I mean,
losing one.
Leave his Zealot standing still, and yeah, definitely gonna need to micro that.
Now, only losing one probe to this is not much damage at all. Oh no! And this Zealot is move command.
Nexus. I mean, it has to be move command. 1 versus 2 isn't gonna work out for him.
Yeah, but it got stuck on those two zealots and just took a bunch of slaps to the face, and now he's getting messed up by the probe, and that zealot did like basically no damage here.
I think it got 2 swings off. That was it.
Alrighty, and 2 more zealots now popped out for DumbInACan. DumbInACan just in like the most ridiculously dominant position here.
Yeah, but getting that Nexus and being able to keep it is big game.
Yeah.
That's basically GG, honestly.
Yep.
What can you do? In 2 minutes, or maybe 3, his army's going to be so huge that you can't even get down your own Nexus. So it's going to be 2 bays versus 1. Who wins?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I mean, if we go for a Reaver drop here, we get it in before, you know, our opponent has any real response to it, maybe? But then you have to hold your ramp with a Reaver, and you can't expand? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what you do. This is a very rough position right now for Oklahoma Mongol.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to hold his ramp. But
yeah, I mean, he's got goons versus zealots, so that's good. Especially if he picks these guys off for free.
Shuttle's going to be out soon enough. He's gonna need them for free to have any sort of hope of anything.
I mean, you know, if you pressure, he's got an extra gateway. Could break this natural still if he just goes and starts picking off units with these additional dragoons.
But every second that's not happening,
yeah,
it's
very scary.
Yeah, it's not good. Although, I mean, he's not making any probes right now, DumbInACan, so this extra Nexus not really benefiting him too much right now. You know, he's had it for a while, and he only has 2 probes mining. So
yeah, this is a pretty interesting move too. DumbInACan moving out into the middle of the map here. I'm not sure how I feel about this because this just gives you extra room for your zealots to be kited.
And it also puts your units out of position for, say, a Reaver.
Yeah, and I also really disagree with just making zealots at this point in the game. Typically speaking, zealots kind of like lose their utility unless you have like a ball of dragoons behind them. With only a single dragoon here, these zealots aren't going to be able to do jack squat versus this fairly healthy dragoon count coming out of his opponent.
Choose Blink. I am not a Protoss player. I wouldn't know the exact 12 next cheese build for PvP. But these are tier 3 players, so they're not going to be exactly perfect either.
Alrighty, well, not too much micro coming out of Oklahoma Mongol. This is a bit of a mistake. The reason why Dragoons are so good versus Zealots is because they just back up and the Zealots never get a chance to shoot. So in the future, Oklahoma Mongol, just start bringing your Dragoons back as their shields fall down. But this was a nice little save with the Reaver here, and all of a sudden the entire army of DumbInACan has just disappeared.
Yeah, and he still only has 2 gateways, one of them not even producing.
Templar Archives, though, coming down. A Dark Templar, yeah, 2 Dark Templar are now coming out of here. DumbInACan can hold on long enough to keep these, keep this army at bay for long enough. These Dark Templar could potentially help out a lot in this defense here, and a lot of really good damage being done here at this bridge with a Great Concave. Woo! The Reaver coming out now, though.
The splits from the Dragoons are good.
Oh man,
and
Oklahoma! Oh
my God!
Last second pickup! Oh my God! Wow.
The blue ball was on its way, and he said no.
Dude, that was terrifying. Alrighty, well, now we have the 2 DTs here, but I'm not sure. The question that I have is Mongol going to be able to do any damage with this very, very bruised Reaver? Oh, here we go, into the main.
Looks like he moved probes to snipe it, which honestly, it's at such low HP right now. That's a possibility.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have no idea how much shields it has, but I'm sure it could be sniped right now with probes.
And right away, Mongol gets down an observatory, and I think that's why his Reaver's doing nothing right now. Is he's trying to make sure that he doesn't die to these DTs. Also putting down a forge. So I do like that response right away. There's a lot of DTs out now. 4.
Yeah, put a cannon down. You need a
You
pylon, though.
have to do something with this Reaver.
Oh,
like,
man.
Your window is shrinking.
Dude, this one Dragoon is just chilling up here, blocking the rest of the Dragoons from coming up the ramp. They're all scrambling around. Look at this one Dragoon's a jerk.
Where do we go?
These are like nerd Dragoons, and this is like the football player Dragoon that's just like being an asshole.
The jock blocking the door. Well, his observer's out, and it's going to get here just in
Oh man, that was so close.
Man. Perfect. First 2 DTs gonna go down for free. Or no, gets one.
That was ridiculously close timing though. Let's see what the response is now that the shuttle is moving around.
Pick it up. Right in the natural.
There we go. And he's in a nice little block. Dude, look at 3 HP.
Go.
Oh, but a Dark Templar. Ah!
Ooh!
Are you kidding me?
No way! It started the attack. Oh, he's gonna lose now.
Rip. That was hilarious,
the
though.
Attack animation, though. I can't.
Oh
believe
my god! I know. That was insane.
Oh no! Don't move your Dragoons right up against them.
Yeah.
They deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, Oklahoma Mongol really a little bit lacking with the control in the early game here, but that was much better control than we saw during those fights with the Zealots here. I think he realized these Dragoons are dying pretty quick here. Better back them off real quick, because Dark Templar are just doing an absolutely insane amount of damage per swipe. It's like 40, right? Like 40 base damage. 40. How crazy is that?
That's why it kills drones and probes in one go.
It's so gross.
Another thing, instead of queuing up like 3 on your gateways, this could be money spent doing something else. You could be making more gateways, or that Nexus could have been a bit earlier.
Yeah,
would have been.
I don't like, you know, I mean, it's not like he's got a massive queue going on, so it's not like, especially with new players, if you've got one additional unit in the queue on every building, it's fine with me. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like he had started 3 units at the same time on 2 of those gateways. That's a lot. I mean, eventually, when you start to get huge banks and you forget your macro cycles, I mean, 5Q them up, dude. Spend that money.
Oh yeah, but yeah, you're right. In the early game, especially when you're down a base, not a bad idea.
Yeah, he needs to use this money more efficiently.
But alrighty, DumbInACan now with very nice saturation on both bases. We should be seeing a pretty large production explosion here coming out of him. This is a little funky, bit of a funky angle though for DumbInACan, but these DTs. I know we do have the observer here after all.
Observer's here. Yeah.
So yeah.
And more Dragoons beats less.
And Oklahoma gonna be able to chase down this army and probably finish off these guys if they don't start moving. All right, another Dragoon.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Good pick there. You know, down 30 in supply, but honestly holding his own right now. And he's got DumbInACan thinking that he's on the back foot. He doesn't even know it. But it would be wise to not follow through with this attack. Please pull back. Please pull back.
Yeah,
oh boy.
This is the noob trap bridge right here. This bridge, like, will kill all kinds of folks who aren't experienced with this map. It has gotten so many free wins for players here on Polaris Rhapsody. Let's reveal the map real quickly. You really want to be coming around from this high ground, or ideally this high ground, to take your engagements, because if you're trying to push across this bridge, you're getting absolutely no concave, and every single one of your opponent's units are going to be firing on you while you try to push yourself across there. It's so ridiculous how efficient like a siege tank and 2 medics are. Like, you just stick them on this bridge and then a siege tank just can kill infinity units coming across.
Especially if you put a floating building over.
Yeah, and you can't target the medics anymore. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous.
The first time I saw that was, I think, last in the KSL, and that blew my mind. I didn't even know you could do that.
Well, DumbInACan has just a ridiculous number of units. You know, that gateway explosion that we were talking about is really starting to pay off. That early second base, man. StarCraft is just all about money. Guys, stop fighting across this bridge! It's illegal. It doesn't exist. Get out of here. You go home, Purple. Why go home? Sit in your corners. Time out. This is not legal. But if we get a nice storm here.
Storms. Yeah.
Oh, and it looks like these guys are in like hold position. That was a very powerful storm.
Full storm. Oh. Well, I guess we know exactly how much a storm does to a Dragoon. It gets it down to 70 HP.
Alrighty, and we have more storms here. Go.
Oh, you need another one. Oh my
gosh.
Oh, he moves him this time, but too little too late. Saves one with 1 HP.
Yeah. Now these units are just so bruised. Oh my gosh, and another nice storm pushing the units back. Now it's just time to try and get your giant army across this stupid thing. Look at this, guys. Just.
And then coming back to see Mongol's main, you have to keep up the probes, man.
Yeah.
You need a lot more probes in this. I'm not even sure. Oh, now he's making some.
Yeah, you should basically be
5 minutes ago.
on constant probe production until you've got fully saturated 3 bases minimum.
Yeah.
And you can even do more in certain matchups.
Yeah, for what? Like the first 9 or 10 minutes? Like
Yeah,
you
just
shouldn't stop making.
production.
Yeah, always probes.
Always
Like
probes.
if you see yourself missing probes in the first.
We go in a juicy storm gonna get lined up here. Oh my gosh, these units are so clumped!
Oh boy.
And a ton of damage now with these high Templars have just been MVPs this game. Look at this.
Oh, another one.
Oklahoma Mongol deciding to go ahead with the GG, realizing he's been outmatched by DumbInACan. That 12 Nexus, pretty strong build, my dude.
Yeah, the cheese is real. I mean, whether it be aggressive cheese or economic cheese in this case, it's always fun to see. Boy, that is some risky play on a 2-player map. You know where your opponent is. I'm not sure if he was just thinking he wouldn't get scouted. Since it's a 2-player map, he already knows where the opponent's base is, but yeah, I mean, it prevailed anyways.
That was so risky. Like, who goes on a 2-player map in 12 Nexus? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
can't say I was expecting that one.
We are going into game number 2 now of the last series of the night, so I hope you guys have had a great time so far. Really quickly, just want to thank my co-caster once again. BossRoss has been out here, man, doing at least as much casting as I have. So he's been putting in the time, dudes, and BossRoss works during the day, comes back here, casts StarCraft at night, goes to sleep. So guys...
Wakes up and does it all over again. This was the second day in a row. Woke up, went straight to work, sat there all day, came home and casted immediately.
Yeah, man.
Feels good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the life, right? But, like, it is exhausting, so I just want to say thanks, BossRoss, again, for helping out the CPL. We really appreciate what you are doing here with us, and thank you guys all for showing up to the cast. Let's go ahead and get on into the last game here.
I appreciate you waking up from your beauty nap. And,
bro, don't even go there. My beauty nap. I'm already beautiful. Alrighty, guys, in the top right-hand corner, spawning as the teal Protoss this time, we have the cheesy 12 Nexusing Protoss DumbInACan.
And in the top, which one did you just say? Top right, top left corner, we have our brown Protoss, Oklahoma Mongol.
Professional casting services provided by BossRoss.
Almost missed that one.
Alrighty, guys, is DumbInACan going to go for this much less risky 12 Nex on Fighting Spirit here? We're going to see a more conventional Protoss build. PvP, such a strange matchup. All kinds of crazy wonky builds you can come with. It looks like DumbInACan putting his first pylon on the high ground. Not that that really indicates too much. But what do you think, man? Think this is there's going to be the potential?
There's certainly potential for cheese on a 4-player map. There's no doubt about it. I would like to see something more conventional, but I'm okay with cheese too. I am not. Some people really hate cheese builds. I don't mind them at all. I think they're completely fine. It's just another way to play the game.
Yeah.
There's no real standard way.
Oh, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'll rage about cheese super hard when I get cheesed. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with cheese. It's just another strategy. One of the things I think that makes people mad is it feels like a really cheap way to win. It definitely is, especially in the early game. As a newer player, it's much easier to execute than macro play. But going forward, when you see like high level players cheese, you have to remember that like ASL level players can still be cheesed out because the people who are cheesing them are such a high skill level. It does take a lot of skill to cheese once you've gotten to like that threshold where everyone's able to deal with cheese on like a pretty basic level. So don't ever discount the skill of someone who is going for the cheese and playing very well, because it can be very difficult to make these work in the future. So you've gotten past that like hump where you know the general responses, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone enjoys ZVZ, then I don't see how you could not like cheese. It just turns the game into a micro battle.
ZVZ is crazy. And you're right.
It's a huge micro battle, right?
Yeah, it's funny when people call it cheese because it's not. Nothing is really cheese in ZVZ because everything is expected, right? Like I think the only cheese is like a 4-pool, and I don't even know if you would call that cheese because you still die to like a 12 and like a. Or I mean, I guess you can kill a 4-pool with a purple, but 9-pool speed will annihilate you, right? So it's just like. It's so funny because like nothing is cheese. Like the earliest pools in the game, it's standard. It's just standard. It's fine.
Yeah, any one-hatch play is usually considered a cheese, but in ZVZ, it's a total option.
Yep, totally
see it all
fine.
the time. I'm quite surprised when I see pro players do one hatchery builds in ZVZ. Even just think having that second hatchery double the larva, like that's you know.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like that, right? But when you go for one hatch, your speed is so much faster. You get a lot of ridiculously good trades if you got good Zergling micro. Get into the main and do drone damage. It's like a pretty huge deal, you know? I mean, like, and then you get extremely fast mutalisks, and that's really where it starts to kick in. Is when your mutalisks, you know, are faster than your opponent's Spire, and they have a really hard time getting, you know, a good mutalisk count.
Yeah, I think that's the whole reason that the one hatch play is viable, is because of the mutas. I'd really like to see ZVZ take a different type of turn to get away from just that based play. I saw a Hive Tech game, Shine versus Larva, and it's like the sickest thing.
It's very rare that you can get. It's so hard to get Hive Tech. You can do like Hydralisk play, which is kind of okay, but the problem is that Mutalisk micro at the highest levels is so incredibly effective that it's very difficult to justify anything other than Mutalisk, because it's just they're the most powerful unit in the matchup when controlled correctly. But like in your ladder games and stuff, you can most certainly do stuff like those play and get away with it.
Well, just want to get back to some Protoss stuff here. There's no Zergs actually playing. DumbInAcan's opted for the DT build, and we have the much safer 2-gate Robo out of Oklahoma. I will preach this until the day I die. 2-gate Robo is the best PvP build. Just deal with anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a bit of a wash here. Well,
he hasn't put down this observatory yet.
The timing, though, is kind of slow. Well, no, he did. He put it down up here.
He got it down now. Yep.
But the observer still has to build, and there's already 2 DTs in the way. This is a bit worrisome, and with a expansion now coming down behind this, DumbInAcan's looking to be in a very powerful position going. It looks like Oklahoma Mongol just mechanically not quite as skilled as DumbInAcan, so I think that this is going to be kind of a...
The observer just now
starting, yeah. You're going to lose all these units. Look how fast our Templar are able to kill all these units.
The good thing they're bugging out and the Zealots are getting in the way, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, this is still not going to be enough. You know? All these units are going to go down. There's no cannons in the main. Oh my gosh, and now they're in.
This could be perfect, though.
Yeah, honestly, you should actually be going after the Dragoons until that observer comes out, because like, wow, this did way less damage than I thought I was gonna do.
Just saves it. He does have 3-gate, but DumbInAcan on 4-gate now, and with that expansion coming up, yeah, we're gonna be in the same position that we were in last game. 2 base is better than 1 base.
Unfortunately, Oklahoma Mongol looks to just be a little bit outmatched by his opponent today. But you know, that again, we have said many times in the past that tier is kind of the wildest format, or wildest league, because you know, you have people who are very incredibly new versus people who are fairly familiar with the game, who are just not quite a tier 2 player yet. So
gotta get your ops over here.
Back up, come on, Oklahoma.
I mean, with the Zobs over here,
not bad
no
micro.
Dragoons.
There we go, and the DT is forced to run away, and all of a sudden, this base is very exposed.
Yeah, I mean, there's 0 Dragoons for DumbInAcan. This is dangerous.
Oh man, is this gonna go to game 3?
It just might. He might have survived it. 2-gate Robo, man, I'm telling you. It's the build.
Oh man.
Oh, but DumbInACan has finally decided to move his Dark Templar over to the opponent's main, and that's what I would have advised, but he built a second observer. So that's going to be able to stop that.
Maybe.
Oh,
A single GT beats a single goon, though.
They was already injured anyway.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the guy that got beat up earlier.
Yep, and he's going to kill this Nexus, and this is big game right here.
Yeah, what can DumbInACan
even if he
even
doesn't
do?
kill him right away, he has huge advantage from this.
Alrighty, DumbInACan GG's.
Wow, going to game 3.
Oh man, maybe I spoke too soon, dude. I don't know. Just the mechanics from DumbInACan look so strong. Like fundamentally, the way that he's playing, you know, he's expanding behind his tech, taking advantage of that. Like it's very good. So it's kind of like it feels funny.
Well, I'll tell you, the decision that really killed him there was making a round of Zealots.
Yeah.
His DT. You need those to be Dragoons.
Zealots are bad, guys. They're not bad, but like you.
In a PvP,
you have to have Dragoons. Just do.
Dragoons can kill an infinite number of Zealots. It's like vultures.
Yeah, not quite as good as vultures at it, but still very.
No, not quite. But yeah.
Vultures are actually like disgusting.
Yeah, they're amazing. I'm glad that those are my units. But on the flip side, I do have to play against Terrans sometimes, and yeah, vultures can be really annoying.
Alrighty, BossRoss. Well, let's go ahead and get in the last game of the night. We are going to Sylphid.
Alright, ASL map on every round.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool stuff. So
I
I'm
like
pretty
it
excited.
when people are picking these new maps. I'm surprised the tier 3 guys are giving us more of these games than anybody else.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel the same way.
They must be watching ASL games and like, hey, I want to play on these maps too. Good for you guys, man. I dig it.
But alright, this is going to be game number 3, our final game for the night, so I just want to say thank you to LaserSnipe, thank you to Python for putting this on, thank you guys to all the coaches who are going to be participating this season, thanks to BossRoss, and thanks to all you guys who are watching.
Alright, you didn't leave anybody for me.
Yeah, I know. Thanks to BossRoss's mom for raising him well.
Well, thanks to DocHoliday's mom for producing him and then allowing him to have a Twitch channel and, you know.
Allowing me to, dude, I'm like 30 years old. Mom, can I have a Twitch channel? Yes, son, you're 30 years old. I keep telling you, you don't have to ask me anymore.
Well, I mean, her house, her rules, dude, you know what I mean?
What are you talking about? I don't even live with my mom.
Oh, you did, you're totally a basement.
I wish.
Basement sleeper.
Dude, if I could live with my parents for free, oh my god.
You know,
life would be so much easier.
For a year recently when I was trying to buy my house, and it was awful. So don't say that.
Yeah, well, don't say that. But I've been paying rent. Okay, rent.
Hey man, I paid rent for a long time. I'm 30 also.
Fuck the rent.
I did get to stack quite a bit of cash. That was nice, but that's about the only thing that was nice. Well, I suppose we should probably introduce these players. In the bottom left-hand position, we have our white Protoss reeling back from that failed DT rush, DumbInACan.
And in the bottom right-hand position, we have, coming off a very sick win with the 2-gate Robo, as called by BossRoss, Oklahoma Mongol.
Best build PvP, man. Can't beat it. It's the safest, most standard way to play. And, you know, you just can't beat being safe sometimes. If he was doing a proper 2-gate Robo in that game 1, I think he would have stopped that 12 Nexus there.
DumbInACan going for a very aggressive 2-gate opener. So we should be seeing a little bit of pressure put on to Oklahoma Mongol coming up very shortly.
Yeah, I almost wish he would have put these farther north in his base. Get out faster. If that's, you know, the build you're going for is going to be pressure, you want to get those units out on the map as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of feel the same way, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think of it very much because it's only like, what, like 5-6 seconds? But that's every single unit. If you're rallying to their base, I mean, that adds up. Always best to have production facilities closest to your base's exit. I'm not sure there's any scenario in which that is not the case. Huh. Probe and a Zealot just kind of saying hi to each other for a little bit. It's kind of cute. I'm gonna steal some minerals at the natural there. Very nice. But here comes the Zealot move out. DumbInACan is on his way. Got the first two heading on over. Third one stopped for a little pit stop.
Yeah, see, this is kind of a mistake. So you're right. When you're doing this, like, I like seeing 2 get goon or 3 get goon, right? Like, but when you're doing this and you don't proxy it, the Zealots like show up at the same time. So it's kind of feels a little wonk. You know what I mean? And we still don't have a Cybo out for DumbInACan, even though he's got Gasping Mind here, so this is a bit of a mistake as well. There's going to be literally nothing they can do with his gas for quite a long time. Especially if he doesn't start.
And I can't let that one go. Who the heck calls it a Cybo?
Dude, everyone calls it a Cybo. You've never heard it called a Cybo before?
No, it's called a core.
No, it's called a Cybo, dude. No one calls it core.
Like, I would have let it go a little bit if you had said Cybo core at least.
No, it's a Cybo. No, it's a Cybo. No! BossRoss! It's a Cybo! Get out of here! It's a core. Get out of here, Cheese Blink. It's a Cybo.
The only O in its name is in core.
No, it's a Cybo. Okay?
It will be a cyber.
Guys, you guys don't know anything, alright? You know what? BossRoss, 1v1, best of 5. Alright? You wanna settle this? This is a grudge match of the century. Cybo versus core. This is for all the Cybo honor.
I'm just gonna create a single dropship, and you're just gonna say K.
I'm gonna die before you put anything in it.
Even play the other.
I'm gonna just move it past an Overlord and I'll Alt F4.
That's what I mean. It's just K, and the game's over.
The K.
The K.
Oh,
Gotta
man.
have a K.
Alrighty, well, got the Co spinning. The core. Look at this core. Look at this. Oh, what a sick core. Cybo spinning.
On the way, going with another early Nexus. And if Mongol wants to ever move out, that is definitely punishable. Goons versus Zealots, and based on what we've already been talking about,
yeah, DumbInACan.
Goons beat Zealots.
If Mongol, yeah, you're right. If Mongol goes for the pressure, DumbInACan is just dead once again. We're gonna have to go ahead and see how this turns out, though. I'm a little worried for him, but you never know. You know, again, at the CPL levels, some players, and not all players, some players like to get really aggressive. Other players like to be really defensive, and very often you'll have a little bit less of the punishing going on in the game, so you can get away with some more greedy plays and things like that. When your opponent's not gonna come across and kill you. So,
I mean, I definitely advocate for greed. Greed is kind of what this game is all about. I mean, more money. You know, what do you do when you're greedy? You get more money.
One of the things about playing greedy too is it's a great teacher. So you start by playing really greedy, right? And every so often you'll just die, and you'll be like, oh, that was too greedy. And then you just be a little less greedy than that. Die again. Oh, that was still a little too greedy. And you die.
You just
and
keep dialing
go
it
right
back
back.
a notch.
And then eventually it's like, oh, I'm winning because I got greedy, and then I had just enough to hold off, and then I had like 3 times the amount of shit that my opponent had, and then I just crushed him.
It's just finding that balance.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, look at Mongol, man. He was in a great position, but these Dragoons are starting to build up here. And unfortunately, Mongol's one-base mining is like so oversaturated. You got like 6 probes here running through the mineral field, not doing anything because they just don't have enough mineral patches. Here we go. Here's the move out. This is a lot of Dragoons, but I think this isn't enough.
Yeah, it had to come now. I
Yeah.
mean, if he had waited another 30 seconds to a minute, he'd be outproduced at that point.
I mean, he definitely is winning on the Dragoon numbers, but the Zealots, this point in the game, these Zealots are actually relevant because this is a lot of meat that the Dragoon is going to have to chew through before they get to actually fight the Dragoons in the back if it's microed well. So
exactly,
it's
and he
scary.
does have Dragoons this time.
Yeah.
Last time he just had Zealots. Just Zealots is never going to win. But
So
with Dragoons, they're meat shields.
this is going to be a very highly determinant battle right now here. Oklahoma Mongol with some good micro though.
All right, yeah.
Wow, cutting down on his
What you
Zealot
have
numbers
to do is
extremely
great.
quickly. And look at this, DumbInAcan's Dragoon numbers are very low now all of a sudden, and Mongol's going to be able to roll in here.
And he's rallying his new Dragoons. They're coming right out in the field.
Here we
Gotta
go.
keep producing though. He's got one gate not going. That's
Oklahoma
not
Mongol,
what you
go, 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 go. Don't let this Dragoon die for free. This is a big deal. Come on. Oklahoma Mongol, I believe. Can he take this series from DumbInACan?
It's gonna be close.
Oh man, and the Dragoon numbers are falling for DumbInACan, and it looks like he's broken them. Oh my
boy.
gosh, and look at the massive
boy.
swell of
It
Dragoons.
spirals out of control. Oh, a couple of Zealots. That's not what you want.
Oklahoma, I think.
Oh, and they're on a rally.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Oh, Probe's going down. He doesn't want to lose these Dragoons, though. Back him up. Back him up.
Well, even still, you can kind of
Yeah.
afford to do it. This Reaver's gonna pop out here, not have Scarabs ready. We have reinforcements coming, and it looks like DumbInACan is in a very rough spot here. Especially if Oklahoma continues to micro his Dragoons around and make sure that he gets on top of these units before they can get anything done.
Yeah, it's coming to that GG timing. Reavers take
There
a
we
while.
go.
to build
Goodbye,
Scarab.
Mr.
Oh,
Reaver.
no! That's gonna be it.
And these Dragoon
Oh,
boys are
what a
outnumbered. Reinforcements coming in here. DumbInACan going down
Mike.
1-2.
The micro out of Mongol was insane. That was some great Dragoon micro fighting, picking off those Zealots, not being stuck in range of the Dragoons.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
And
It looked like he became a better player just in
Yeah,
this series.
in this series, so crazy. I would have never called that this would be the result. Because this isn't
Yeah.
even a cheesy win or anything like that. This is just mechanics right now that Mongol is beating his opponent with. So it's kind of like, wow. You know, where did this guy come from?
Between this game and the first is just miles.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at that first game, his Dragoons just got eaten by Zealots. And in this game, not even close.
Yeah. Well, DumbInACan doing his very best to finish this one off with honor. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's no way for DumbInACan to get back in this game, especially since Oklahoma Mongol's not dropping it. And there we go. There's the GG. Oklahoma Mongol goes up 2-1. Well played, my dude.
Sick game. Excellent.
Yeah, even getting to snipe off the Cybo. The end there.